Welcome, everyone. We're so glad that you're here. Just sit back and relax. Another day, another speaker's extravaganza coming up. And we have Christina Suter. We're glad that you guys are here. Oh my goodness, we've got something special coming up. Hello, I'm Raven, the talk show, Megan, smooches, kisses. I know you guys are so sick of me, so that's why I bring you some of my amazing women of power. And we are a world's leading positive programming network powered by Raven International. That's me. You can check us out 24/7. Anytime you want to hear positive programming, we are here. Our goal is to help you reach your goal, and we're excited that you have come to check us out. And we ask you to please share us with a friend. Please share us with a friend right now. In fact, my speakers, go ahead and share us out. Let people know they can come here, or they can go on Facebook, and or you can go on Periscope. You can even listen to us. Actually, you can listen to us right now. Right now. I kid you not. You can listen to us on the Amazing Women of Power Radio Network or on our app. You can download our app on Google, or what is the other one? Apple? Yeah. So make sure you check us out any way you want. This is what it's all about. It's not about me today. It's about these people right here you see. And I'm getting ready to bring our first one on soon. And her name is Christina Suter. Now, Christina's been one of my hosts. She's been in my mastermind for a long time. I love her dearly. She's just great. And I want to bring her on in the style that she deserves. So let me tell you a little bit about Christina. And then you guys are going to get to hear a great presentation from her. She's Christina Suter, and she is Ground Level Consulting is the name of her company. She has over 17 years with small business owners to improve business performance and work-life balance. She focuses on the unique challenges facing entrepreneurs today and helps to increase profits, reduce management hours, and improve quality within the business while improving your peace of mind. Did I say that? Yes, I did. She has a radio show that's been on our Amazing Women of Power network, and I'm going to go ahead and bring you on as I talk about your radio show now. She has a radio show. It's called Ask Christina First. Ask Christina First. That's the name of her show. And it is excellent. Now, she does amazing interviews. I wonder where she learned that from.
I learned it from you.
Absolutely. Thank you. You look gorgeous. She does amazing interviews. She also delivers phenomenal. Did I say phenomenal? Yes, I did. Content. And she's an award-winning talk show host. She's also award-winning sales. Have won trophies in sales and everything. And I just absolutely love her because one of the things she is very passionate, because that's what having a business is about. And it's about lifestyle. And her lifestyle is very important to her. So I'm going to give it to you, Christina. Everyone, I want you to pay attention to the green button. It says get your free book today. That's my way of saying thank you for being here. And if you ever want to do a talk show, that will give you information on me and how that can happen. And I'm going to let Christina take it away, girl. It all belongs to you.
Well, let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. My name is Christina Suter. I'm a small business management consultant. I've been doing that for over 15 years, going on 17 years. I literally started in 2000 at an invitation of a friend of mine who said, well, I was running a small business that had 90 different teachers in it. And I was invited by one of the teachers to either take over her business, which I wasn't willing to do because I had one of my own, or consult with her on how to run her business. And that's how I started as a small business management consultant. I love consulting. I can't tell you how much I enjoy consulting. Consulting and running businesses, I'll just be very clear with you. Bottom line is, in my world, it's about fulfilling your purpose. Now, I have a whole series of radio shows that are focused on the conscious-minded business owner. And I call it that because I don't want people to be confused on what I mean. I'm not sitting here talking about being spiritual, like Christian or religious. I'm not talking about religion. I'm really not. I'm talking about what it means to be a thoughtful, heart-centered, conscious-minded owner, where you're interested in trying to make a difference on the face of this planet, where you feel like running your business is part of fulfilling your purpose. Whether you believe in reincarnation or you don't believe in reincarnation, or whether you just meditate or whether you pray, but that being a business owner is part of fulfilling your purpose. That is my belief, and that's what I talk to, and that's what I share with people. So I've created this talk today as one of my many talks, which is, you know, I've worked with a lot of business owners, and I've worked with business owners, like I said, my niche is that they're good-hearted, and sometimes they're religious, sometimes they're just Christian, sometimes they're just metaphysical, sometimes they're Buddhist. It doesn't matter. But I find that when you have those points of view, that sometimes you believe you shouldn't be making money. Now, I'm going to suggest to you that making money is part of your purpose, and hopefully I'm going to walk you through why I see that as the case, and maybe you'll see it as the case as well when we get done here. So first, are you too kind? There's many ways that I see small business owners undermining their own business with absolutely good intentions, with carefully thought out plans that they believe will add value to their business because their business is about service. Their business is about helping. Their business is about making the world better. And sometimes we're what I call too kind. So I'm challenging you to identify yourself as I'm talking. Are you one of those people who's too kind? Because the buyer seems nice, maybe you discount the price. Because the market price to you, the full rate market price to you seems too high, you won't charge it. Or because you just feel like in your heart, or someplace in your mind, in your belief systems, or maybe even in your integrity or in your values, you feel like it's wrong to ask for so much. Is that you? Are you one of those people? Or maybe you give your family members such a discount that maybe it's even below your cost. Or maybe you don't calculate your cost because it's not about money. So maybe you feel like it's wrong to be greedy. I'm edging into the maybe you don't calculate your cost because you feel like to be aware of money is to be greedy. So do you ask for less so that you don't appear greedy? When you are sitting there and you're looking at a client and you find it hard to say to that client, I'm going to charge you $3,500 for 12 hours of my time or 10 hours of my time. That's $350 an hour for 10 hours of my time. I'm going to charge you that much. Do you feel like you find it hard to say that it sticks in your throat and you stumble over your own words? I do. I've done that. I've worked with Raven, and she's helped me understand the value of being able to ask for what's necessary. And I'm going to get to that. But do you find it sticks in your throat? Do you feel like that you appear greedy if you're asking for too much, that people will think badly of you? Do you not know your income because your work's not about the money? Or maybe you don't know your expenses because your work is not about the money. So you don't calculate or look at a profit and loss statement. Or you don't just sit down with a piece of paper and calculate all the income you made for the month. Maybe you feel like, I would do this for free. So why would I even think about how much I'm earning? I do it for free, so why would I increase the price so much? So I'm just, in this part, I'm challenging you to identify yourself. Are you one of these people? Okay. Maybe this is the third one. Maybe you don't want to be salesy. Maybe you feel like being a salesperson is just downright slimy. I mean, that's what I call it. I mean, you can call it whatever you want. But maybe you believe being a salesperson is just slimy. Maybe you don't, but I know I've run into that a lot of times. Pick your word: slimy, mean, obnoxious, in the way, inauthentic, not spiritual, not appropriate, something only mean people do, something only takers do. I don't want to put pressure on people. I don't want to be perceived as a taker. I don't want to pressure them into something that's not right for them. They'll buy it if they want to. I don't need to tell them about the product. They'll buy it if they want to. So are you any one of those? Because if you're any one of those, This talk is for you. This next series, this next set of, let's see, this next 15 minutes, 10 minutes is for you. 15 minutes is for you. Okay. I would suggest that money is a statement of something that is valuable. Have you ever seen a kid pick up a treasure? I have a 7-year-old daughter, right? Very clearly, I'm very into life balance. I have a 7-year-old daughter who needs me when she's not in school. So I work from 9 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I literally shut down my office at 2 o'clock and I pick up my daughter at 2:45. And then I take her to her gymnastics and I take her to swimming and I take her to a tutor and I take her to OT and I take her where she needs to go. And I have that time with my daughter and I try to love her up in that time. I mean, literally just like, we were driving to a hotel today and she was leaning on my shoulder the whole drive down. I try to love her up so that she feels like her world is safe and contained for her. And then recently, my recent challenge is to not, what she calls tip-tap on my phone, to not be tip-tapping on my phone while I'm hanging out with her. Do you find that hard? As a small business owner, do you find that hard? As a parent, do you find that hard? Right? So my daughter, who's 7 years old, will pick up a penny or a washer, and it's valuable to her. It is a treasure. Now, I'm going to challenge you. Who is it for us to define for somebody else what's valuable and what's a treasure? I'm going to seriously suggest it's not for us to define it. When my daughter is sick and I'm worried that her lungs aren't working well, which I remember feeling when she was 3 years old, I would have paid anything to understand what was going on with her lungs. It was not for somebody else to define how valuable that was for me. So let's not value or decide for other people. I'm going to keep building on that statement, but I'm just a beginning. Money is not money. It's a statement of value. And when you see it as money, then you start perceiving it not as it is, which is value, an exchange of value. You're giving them something very valuable. My doctor was giving me x-rays of my daughter's chest so I knew she could breathe well. When I work with small business owners, I give them the opportunity to fulfill their purpose. Every year, year after year. That's valuable. It's not for me to define for them whether that's valuable or not. It's for me to help them see if it's valuable for them or not. So, don't perceive money as money. Perceive it as an exchange of value. I give them value. They give me value. What do they give me? They give me money to put food on the table for the daughter I love. Seems like a really fair exchange to me. Money is valuable. Is your service valuable? I just described to you why I feel like my service is valuable. I take people who are struggling in their businesses, want to give up, feel overwhelmed, feel out of balance, feel like their business is damaging their family, but they don't want to give it up because it fulfills their sense of purpose. And I help them find balance in their lives while making their business economically successful. Yay! That's the win-win. Right? So, is your service valuable? Does it change somebody's world? And if it does, I want you to write that down. Right now, I want you to write down how it changes somebody's world. What is the change you make? Because when we get to the sales part, when we get to the concept of the conscious-minded business owner and doing sales, that value that you offer is so important, I can't tell you. You understanding that value is what gives you permission to make a difference in somebody else's life. So when you talk about business, small business, conscious-minded business owner and sales, we're going to talk about that again. So write down what's the value that you give to your customers, because that's what the money is that they give to you. And don't be humble. Just be accurate. Just be accurate. Does it make a difference? You know it does. Be accurate. All right. Grace did not say don't make money. A lot of people who are maybe more religious use the concept or the thought that they said, traveling through the eye of the needle, that a rich man finds it very, very hard to travel through the eye of the needle. But let me challenge you with another statement, which is also, in the Bible, in the New Testament, Grace said you're to be a steward of your money. You're supposed to be a steward of your money. A man gave money to each one of his 3 sons, and the son that he praised the most when he returned from his trip was the son that risked that money by bringing something else to it, by bringing something new. That man, that son, who was a leader in using the money and challenging himself to be a good steward, is the one that, quote unquote, God favored. Now, I use quote unquote God because I don't care what you call it. I don't care if you call it God. I don't care if you call it Buddha. I don't care if you call it nature. I don't care if you call it love. I don't care what you call it. But that energy in the world that brings us to a higher self, to a greater self than we would be if we were only focused on our own being. Okay. Marianne Williamson says this really well, so I'm going to borrow from her. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. It is that we have the power to make a change in this world that most frightens us, and then seeing the value of that power, and then asking for an appropriate monetary exchange for that power. Are you willing to see that you're powerful? Are you willing to commit to being a leader in your field? Are you willing to commit to making changes in people's lives? And are you willing to be paid for that? So you can do that every year. Every single year. So I'm about to get into that. Being powerful is being willing to be in your light. Almost in a way stops people from allowing themselves to be in the darkness. Undercharging people is a way of allowing people and encouraging people to be entitled, to be greedy, to be fearful. Fearful expectations appearing real. Fear. Fearful expectations appearing real. Allows people to live in their fearful expectations. Allows them to live in their judgments, deprivation, and anger. The reason why you would not charge what you know your proper value is because you're worried of their bad behavior. You're worried of the greatness of your light triggering their bad behavior. So if you give in to that inside of them because you're afraid they'll judge you, then you're downgrading the light you've been given. You're downgrading that you have a purpose that is spirit-driven. You're downgrading spirit. You're downgrading the greatness of your purpose. So stop it. Stop it. All right. Okay, avoiding money and avoiding being accountable for your money, your income, and your loss is the opposite of being greedy, but it's the same. It's the same dynamic. Avoiding money is the same dynamic as being greedy. It's not having a straight up relationship with value. It's avoiding having an understanding and an accountability, a stewardship to the true meaning of money and the value of your services, the value of your purpose. Running a business is a promise. It's a promise I want you to keep every single year, year after year after year. It's a promise to your employees that you'll have money to hire them and to keep them every year. Charging enough allows you to do that. Looking at your P&L and looking at your bottom line allows you to keep that promise. It's a promise to your employees that you're going to pay them. It's a promise to your clients that you're going to continue to support them. I've been in business for 17 years. I have some clients that have been with me for 17 years. I got to keep my business going. I got to be paid enough because I need to show up year after year after year after year. I need to not say to myself and to my clients and to my greater purpose, I'm sorry, I can't afford to keep doing this. Because if I undercharge, that's what I'm going to have to say. I'm sorry, I can't afford to keep doing this. I'd have to actually leave my purpose and break my promises. Let's not do that. Let's keep our promises to ourselves, to our clients, and to our employees. Your purpose. This is where I started, and this is where I'm bringing us back to. Your purpose. Making money is part of your purpose. Hopefully, I have taken away any excuses that you have for not looking at your P&L, for not understanding what your customers need, for not looking at your competition, and understanding what their pricing is. So here's your homework. Okay, guys? Here's your homework. Your homework is write down what a value you make for others in your business. That's one. Second part of your homework is do some competitive testing. Go out into the market and do some secret shopping for those of us who like shopping. Maybe for those of us who don't like shopping, you need to do it anyways. That's not an excuse. You need to go out into the market and do some competition, some comparisons to your competition. If you're a plumber, you call other plumbers and ask them how much it would cost to replumb an 1,800 square foot house. If you're a consultant like I am, then you either call other consultants, small business management consultants, and you ask them how do they charge for their information. And you do some comparisons and find out what is the market value. That's 2. 3, Raven has taught me so much about sales and about fulfilling my purpose and not having any excuse or any apology around that. Nobody would apologize. The oxygen molecule, this is my favorite, you're going to hear it a lot from me. The oxygen molecule doesn't apologize for having 8 electrons. There's no apology from molecules or atoms in this world for the space that they take. There's no apology from them. And notice, if you don't take that space, if that oxygen atom doesn't take its space, what happens? Something actually quite destructive. So understand who you are. Understand the atom that you are meant to fulfill here, that you're supposed to take space here. If you don't take that space, nature pours a void, and things will literally start to implode in your world. Just look at science. It'll explain it very clearly. So here's what Raven taught me, and this is your last piece, and then I'm done. Raven taught me when you talk to people, you want them to express their joy so that they can see what the possibility is for them in their world. You want them to express their pain so that they can describe to you where they're stuck. And then your job is to help them see that distance by repeating it back to them in a loving, thoughtful fashion, so that they can understand. They can connect to the profound value you can make in their world, because you take them from their pain to their fulfillment. That's the value, guys. That's what you do with the work that you're engaged in every single day. So keep your promises and charge enough and know your bottom line. So I'm Christina Suter at Ask Christina First on the Amazing Women of Power Radio Network or groundlevel-consulting.com. Raven, are you back with us?
Yes, I am back with you. You were amazing. You were amazing. So Christina, I mean, here you are a mom, you love being, with your child. What would you say is the one thing, the biggest challenge you had in staying, putting mom first? Because there's a lot of moms out there that probably want to know.
Yeah, I'm pretty determined, aren't I? I am, it's true. My daughter needs me. There's just nothing for it. She needs me, and I waited until I was 40 to have my daughter. And so she's 7 years old, so I am almost 52 years. And so I value being a mom a lot because I almost missed out on the opportunity. So that's one. Mm-hmm. But the biggest thing is my time. Yeah. Being as clear with my time as I am with my finances. Knowing that I have from 9 to 2, 5 days a week. I can only see clients a third to half of that time in order for me to not go crazy running my business the rest of the time. Mm-hmm. And committing to, I can only take 12 clients. So I've calculated out exactly how many clients I can take. And I have I have right now, it's so funny, as of 2 days ago, Raven, as you know, in our phone calls, we've talked about how I'm constantly asking for new clients are constantly showing up.
Yeah.
And so now I just opened a wait list. So 3 days ago, I told somebody I had a wait list of 2 clients. And 2 days ago, I had 1 client back off and another client moved to part-time. And I'm like, okay, Grace, okay, what are you telling me here? Like, I now have enough space to take 1 new client. Like, clearly, I thought I was going to have to wait till June, but clearly Grace has another plan for somebody else who wants to work with me because they've opened up the space. It's really hard. I mean, for moms out there, it's really freaking hard to keep your commitment when you know that you can fulfill and help people move forward in their life, and you have almost, you could call it a competing purpose, but it's an aligned purpose of also being there to help your children and to love your children and help them be grown-ups. Because I'm doing the same with both. I help my clients grow up and stand up and, and show up like you taught me. And I help my daughter grow up and stand up and show up in her world too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they come from the same place in me. It's the time. It's controlling the time and really controlling the time. Being authentic and sincere with yourself about it. Because it's really hard.
I know, but I applaud you so much for the great work you've done. And you talked about making money is not just a privilege, it is part of your purpose. I thought that was very powerful. Why do you really feel that way? I mean, you gave us some good golden nuggets, but what really from your gut, why is it that you really feel like it's surpasses being a privilege, that it's our purpose to make money? Because that's a real mindset.
Look, we're here to fulfill our purpose, period. It's real simple. If we don't get money fulfilling our purpose, we don't eat, our body dies. Yeah. It's real simple, guys. If you don't understand that it's your purpose to make money, to exchange on the physical level, your body, which you've been given, will die.
Yeah.
Your family, which you've been given, will disintegrate and fall apart. So it is one and the same. It is your purpose to fulfill your purpose, and to do that, you make money. So it is your purpose to make money. There's
I
no
just want to
space
give a
there.
shout out to Esther, because she's saying, loving this content, Christina. Thank you, Esther. And Anna
Thank you,
also
Esther.
enjoying
Thank
it.
you, Anna. I see you here.
And we have people.
Anna Jeff's next.
Yeah, we have people on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and we'll be getting lots of replays on this. So be sure to let people know where they can find out more about you, and tell them real quickly about your show that aired today.
Ask Christina First, our Amazing Woman of Power Radio Network, and it is every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the focus of Ask Christina First is grassroots, baseline, straight-up talk about how to run your business, like me, as an entrepreneur or sole proprietor, while you're keeping your sanity.
Yeah.
So Ask Christina First.
Yeah, and what time do you come on again? Let them know. I think it's, 10 Central?
It's 8 a.m. Pacific Standard, 10 Central.
Okay. Now, thank you, Christina Suter. Woo!
Okay. Goodbye.
All right, Christina.